Welcome to Shiny New Clients, the marketing podcast that helps you attract shiny new clients to your business. We'll talk about social media, what makes people buy, how to go viral, and marketing psychology, all in 20 minutes or less. Whether you're a coach, a stylist, or a wedding planner, if you've got a service-based business to sell, this is the show you need to fill your calendar. I'm Jenna Warriner, your new marketing coach, and this is Shiny New Clients. This will be mildly embarrassing, but for me, not for you, so that's good. All right. Hi, I'm Jenna. I am a social media management agency owner, and I teach service-based business owners how to get clients from Instagram. And if you're here, it's probably because you want to get some shiny new clients flowing into your business. And around these parts, we do that by creating content. Now, I talk to a lot of business owners, and there are a few main reasons that I've discovered that keep folks from showing up online. And we're going to really dig into one of them today, starting by sharing a story that, I'm not particularly proud of, that an experience I had where I shot myself and my business in the foot because of this exact issue that I see so many small business owners experiencing. When I first started my business, I was an actor, I was a bartender, and I just kind of fell into this whole social media things as a 20-something living in a one-room bachelor apartment in Parkdale in Toronto with cockroaches. So how people perceived me meant a lot to me. Not only was I coming from a career where looks are quite literally everything, acting, but also I knew that I wasn't of the white collar community. I felt like I was faking anything that I had to offer. And it was really important to me that I was perceived as someone who was trustworthy and dependable and who knew what she was talking about. So my solution was things like get nice business cards and buy nice pink blazers from Zara and, dress like I saw the ladies dress who were going to work on Bay Street, within my budget, because I didn't even know how to dress like that. I had bar clothes and I had show clothes and I had audition clothes. That's like what my closet was. It was like 3 different women staring back at me. Actually, this is kind of fun. So when you do commercial auditions as an actor, you have to wear very normal mom outfits. So think about the type of clothing that women wear on TV commercials. It's got no logos. There's usually bright colors. It kind of matches the season. It doesn't really show off your body. So when you go to auditions, you're supposed to, air quotes, dress like that. And I didn't dress like that in real life. So then I would have my designated shirts to wear to auditions to pretend to be that normal mom when really I'd been bartending till 3 a.m. And then my show clothes were often glamorous gowns and dresses because I did a lot of cabaret singing. So then I had the section of my wardrobe that was all these gowns and to wear to opening night theater performances and that. And then I had my bar clothes, which were just various black items that you would pair all together. And we called them our bar blacks. And to this day, I'm not a very good dresser. I just basically wear cozy things in the same neutral pinkish palette every single day. Don't care a ton about what I look like. But anyway, back to the story. At the time, I very much cared what I looked like because I felt like that was going to give me clout. That's what was going to make me walk into a meeting with a potential client and have them actually believe what I had to say. I even went to a designer consignment store with my mom and she bought me a Helmut Lang designer consignment blazer for my birthday for $100. I still have it. It's gorgeous. Just so that I could kind of feel the part, look the part when I went to interviews or whatever. Oh, how far we've come, right, guys? So this one day, my friend worked at a fancy restaurant and he said, Jenna, we need social media. You should come to my fancy restaurant and I will set you up a meeting with the owners so that you can see if you can sell them on doing our social media. Cool. So I put on my, one of my various blazers and heels and I show up to this meeting trying to look all fancy. And this man that I met, I think he was the chef. He was lovely. And we were sitting there, we're having a good talk, and I was selling him on what I can do for them and what I would do if I was their social media manager.
His business partner was on his way, I think, but he was obviously late. This man shows up and he is everything I am pretending to be. Like, he has a Louis Vuitton scarf on. He waltzes in. He's clearly wealthy. He's got, I can't remember what they're called, like a leather binder, you know? Like, what are those called? A binder that's leather. Should I Google it? I'm going to Google it. I feel like I've already gone off the rails here, but I couldn't find it on Google. So I asked ChatGPT, do you know the word for those fancy leather binder zip up notebook holders that rich men carry? And they said portfolio or padfolio. So there you go. We all have a new word now. This guy doubted me from the second he laid eyes on me, and I immediately got so defensive. I didn't like that he was late. I didn't like that he waltzed in, but also it was his damn restaurant. You know, he's allowed to waltz throughout it should he so choose. And I'm like, is my blazer not fooling this guy? Like, guy one, the chef guy, was so sweet to me. This guy really wanted me to prove myself. And I'm not in the business of proving myself. It's a me problem. He didn't know what the meeting was for or why I was there, and he wanted to see like assets that proved I knew what I was doing. And at the end of the day, those are all really reasonable requests when you're about to hire a 20-something-year-old contractor to manage the public image of your restaurant. But I just felt like he saw through me. And it hit me right in the gut, and I basically just left. Like, they said, great, send us your materials. And I sent them a letter that said, I just don't think that we're the right fit. And looking back on that, like, I made the right decision. We were not the right fit at that moment, but it just really goes to show how much fear of how you're being perceived can make you sabotage yourself. It can really harm you. If I gave no shits about how that guy perceived me, I probably would have aced that interview, but my head got between me and landing that client in that moment. Ironically, if you're not creating content, you're not showing up as the face of your business, or even if you're more of a behind the scenes person, you're not putting your business itself out there because you're worried about how you're going to be perceived, and you're worried about facing criticism or being misjudged, you're not even giving people the chance to be mean to you, ironically, because you are already being mean to you. Please don't unplug me. I don't wish to be, no, don't take your AirPods out. Stay with me here. I need you to stop being so mean to you. Business owners need to stop sabotaging your own success because you're worried about your videos being boring or dorky, or your hands look funny, or you've got a stray hair, or who cares? If anyone actually does like point those things out, them pointing it out doesn't harm you. They can't hurt you. The only thing that can hurt you is you not growing, not showing up, not getting eyeballs on your business to then make sales because of fear. Like, that actually changes the trajectory of your life. Some rude comment of someone who's criticizing you because they feel powerful behind a keyboard, they can't hurt you. That guy's opinion of me, that didn't hurt me. He still was willing to hire me. You know, if I would have sent my pitch, if I would have told him my quote, if I would have not gotten in my head and actually sold myself in that interview, he doesn't care. He would have been like, sure, probably would have hired me. It's impossible to turn it all the way off, worrying about how we're going to be perceived by others. And you know what else? In social media, you kind of have more control over that than just existing out in the real world, if you will, because you do get to edit your videos. And if you mess up when you're talking, you do get to cut that part out. And then you can add a filter if it makes you feel more confident. Like, that's fine too. It's so random that this next story came to me because I feel like I've talked about my first couple days at high school multiple times in the last couple of weeks. So weird. Like, I'm in my 30s. I don't know why these keep coming up. But anyway, when I went to high school, I went to a school where I didn't know, I knew like one other person, maybe two other people. Everyone I went to elementary school with went to a different school, and I went to an arts high school in a different city. And I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know what crew I wanted to be in when I got there. So the first 3 days of school, I dressed for all different kind of cliques. So the first day I had these outfits planned. I think that my mom bought them for me at Sears. I had like a little green skirt with a pink faux leather butterfly belt. It was the days when we used to put the belt over the skirt, even though it wasn't holding it up. Like, you're going to know exactly how old I am if you remember when that belt over the pants look was cool. I had like, the pink and green cutesy skirt look. And then the next day, stark contrast, hard 180-degree pivot. Suddenly I dressed punk rock. I remember my outfit so clearly. It was actually dope. I had these like jeans that were kind of pinstripey and a punk rock t-shirt, probably with a band I didn't actually listen to on it from Blue Notes, punk rock. And then I can't remember what I wore on the third day, but I knew I was covering all my bases. And I also did not think that anyone would notice. It's like at the same time, I was really heavily caring what people would think when they looked at me, but didn't think that anyone would notice my plan that I had hatched. But on like day 3, some stranger said to me, like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, I'm Jenna, like, hi." And they're like, "No, like, who are you? Like, yesterday you were in a skirt and like today you're like dressed like a punk." Like, they commented on it, how I like clique hopped from one style to the next just to make sure that my bases were covered. Oh my God. Fear of how we're going to be perceived, right? Putting so much effort into what we think people are going to see when they look at us, when, authenticity is the buzzword of the year, of this lifetime. Like, what people are truly attracted to is when you're unabashedly yourself, when you are just shamelessly you. That's when people start saying, I don't know what it is about her, but I just love her. That's when people start saying, man, when you walk into the room, it's a breath of fresh air. That's when you start to get responses from people like that. It is so attractive to just not give a shit. No, it is so attractive to just be you authentically, whatever that is. And then you're going to find all of these nuances about yourself start attracting other people with those nuances. All of the nerddom that you start to share will attract other people with that same nerddom. NERDOM, like geeky thing that you're into, or life experiences that you had will start to attract other people with those life experiences. And then because you shared that very unique and authentic detail, people are going to be drawn to you so much faster and connect with you so much faster and want to work with you so much faster. I should see if I can pull up pictures of my first couple days at high school and share them on Instagram. By the way, I'm at Jenna's page on Instagram, page with an I. It's linked in the show notes, and the same handle on TikTok. I share a lot of very practical tips for increasing your engagement, creating content ideas, content strategy, marketing psychology, all of that good stuff in a very practical way on those 2 platforms. And there is also a free training in the show notes of this episode called How to Get Clients from Instagram Without Wasting Hours Glued to Your Phone, which goes through the whole strategy that my clients use to grow their accounts and get clients from their content. And if you get nothing else from this episode, please know that if you do not stop being mean to my friend, that's you. I'll beat you up after school. Okay, love you, bye.